Hello, hello, YouTube. Testing. Just waiting for the audio to come through, make sure the levels are good. Okay, there we go. So far sounds good. Howdy, y'all. I'm gonna be continuing with the same thing that I was doing last night, which is modeling these dudes from the Megaman X intro stage. I guess just this dude, the other guy's already done, but yeah. Still working on that. I only tweaked it a little bit today. I worked on other stuff during the day, so it's about where I was yesterday, leaving off at about the same place. So if you're into watching the process, you'll be able to see more. Probably the whole thing, because we'll probably finish this dude tonight and move on to something else. Yeah, so I'm gonna get going. Feel free to ask questions in the chat. I will look up and answer them. I'll be sure to do that, and chat amongst yourselves as well, whatever you want to do. Just hanging out, 3D modeling, working on the game. Switching my screen over to Blender now. There we go. And as always, the music is Zelda Unchilled Trilogy by Game Chops. And you can see that in the description. I listed the name if you want to check that out. It's good stuff. Okay. 1 second. There we go. Cool. Yeah, so where I left off, I think one thing that I did off stream was I added the silver panel to the side here because it needed that. When I looked at the reference, here I'll pull it down for a second, in game and everywhere else in all my reference, he does have silver on the side on that front panel, and then the blue continues around the back, and the silver on this part that sticks up is just on the edge there. So that's pretty much what I have going now. Yesterday when I left off, it wasn't quite like that. I had it as blue, and there were some other little tiny adjustments that I made just to touch things up, but generally this is where it was yesterday. So, and there's the block in. So I think I'm going to continue with adding the cylinder underneath and just move all the way down through the legs and just go from top to bottom like that. Okay. Sorry, just gotta get my headphones set up here. Alright, now I'm all set. Alright, so looking at this thing, it's basically just a cylinder. There is sort of a cut here. I don't know if that is in any of the reference. Let me look. Yeah, depending on the reference you look at, it's different. Some of it has it as a square. It's not even a cylinder. So in the game, I think I kind of interpreted it as a cylinder from the game sprite. That's probably why I made it a cylinder. But I think in reality it's kind of more of a square shape, like a rounded square. So I'm probably, I don't know what I prefer more though. Like what will look better. It's probably the question to ask. Yeah, I'm not sure actually. I kind of like them both. I like the cylinder because it offsets. There's so much that's kind of feels square about it, but actually it's only really in silhouette that it's square, and it'll be square in silhouette anyway. It's more like cylindrical when you really think about it, these shapes in general. There's a lot of cylinders. So I might try the rounded square just because it's different than what I initially did. And if I don't like it, I can always add a cylinder really quickly because that's super fast and easy to do anyway. Yeah, so... Oh, and that's interesting. It also creates the face part. Oh, and it's actually flush with the middle, which I didn't do in my model. So that's another thing that I wanted to change to make it more like the actual one. Yeah, let me see here. I definitely want to take that into account. And it looks like the square only goes about to where these round things end. So maybe something like that. And it also has like a middle piece that stretches up that's just dark, that connects. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how exactly that works. Oh, there's a part that comes forward, that's why. Okay, I see. So, that makes sense. So I can actually make the middle part skinnier if need be, because it's gonna come out and stick out anyway. I might make it a little bit wider than that. Something like that's probably pretty close to what I'm looking at here. Just gonna extrude that up because that's gonna be the dark section that actually connects underneath. Yeah, something like that. And then maybe this part would actually be a little bit less. Something like that, I think, for those rounded corners. It's looking pretty accurate. And then shrink that center part a little bit. It's pretty, yeah, it's got like a little lip there, but it's kind of flush. Nixman says, "Hey, Zelda and Chill, nice." Yeah, I love this one. It's really good. Game Chops trilogy. I play it during every stream pretty much. Now we're going to create that center pullout that is going to be pretty much flush with that top part. So I think right about there. I should have expanded a little more. Right about there. Oh, but it flares out because of the... Shoot, is that just because I didn't apply the scale? Hopefully. It might not be. No, it just flares out like that. It's because of the bevel, I guess. I could probably guard against that by creating some guidelines for the bevel beforehand. I'm probably gonna do that real quick. Go back and fix that. That should probably fix that. Let's do that one more time. I think it's a little bit tighter than that. It's probably just like right there, right? Yeah. I can get rid of those middle ones. There we go. Okay. Oh, is it still angled slightly? Oh, that didn't even fix it. Oh, that's because I shrunk it afterwards. Okay. I think that just means that I'll have to do that afterwards. Oops. Yeah, let's try that. Actually, yeah, I have no clue if that'll work. I'm really not sure. That's probably not going to do what I want it to anyway. Let's see. No, it always does that. That's weird. Well, it's okay. Not that big a deal. I'll just start with this then. Pull this forward. And then take this one and shrink it. Okay. And then, so depending on where you look, this has kind of different shapes, but they all seem to be a little bit rounded. So I'm definitely going to round these corners off a little bit. Hey, Dremalok says hello. What's up, Dremalok? Just getting going here. Oops, need to apply scale. Object, apply, scale, Control B. Yeah, just a little bit rounded like that. And I think it might be tapered as well. I'm trying to see here in the reference. On some of them it is, on some of the reference. So maybe I should taper it a little bit. Let me see. How would I even go about that exactly? Oh, I know. Oh, yeah. I'll just do that. Like X, like that. Give it a slight taper. It's kind of like a rounded taper, though. It's more like if it were like here, and then you do that. Maybe not that low. Something like that, yeah. And then I could probably round this whole bottom edge, just bevel it, and that'll pretty much sell that look, I think. It doesn't look that tapered, but I think it looks good though. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, what's the best way to deal with that? Should I, yeah, I know what to do. I'll just create another cut there. Oh, does that go all the way across? Oh no, it doesn't. Okay. Let's see if that works anyway. I think it should. Oh. Yeah, no, not really. Something strange about that. Excuse me. definitely not the solution. So let me just keep it like this since that's working, and then I'll figure out what to do with this corner. I think if this just comes forward, it'll pretty much fix it. Yeah, that looks fine. So I might need a connection there though. That's definitely not a quad because it's got all these weird vertices there. So let me think about that. So this is a, wait, 1, 2, 3. No, this isn't a quad either. Okay, let me, and then this to this. Oh, is it? Yeah, I could probably just even it out. Oops. And then that'll probably start to fix that. And then that'll just go straight up to that square. And then these will be the weird part. So yeah, if I want to make them all quads, I could just loop cut this a bunch of times. I want to loop cut there, I'll have to do it manually. Or maybe that corner is okay like that. Will this make it a quad? Wait a minute. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, it won't. But this will be a quad. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this will be a quad. And then this is a quad. Okay, yeah, so that works. So just every other dot gets a connection. This isn't super necessary, what I'm doing right now, and this is in a place that people wouldn't probably see anyway. But I still just like practicing and trying to figure out like how do I turn that into a quad, because that's, I'm still trying to get better at that. I don't need to do it on that side, I'll just duplicate it, or symmetrize. Okay, so that's good. 3. Let's give it this texture and then add this one. Okay. Smooth it. Tighten up the edges. Oops, not like that. Like that. And like that. Since that taper wasn't really tapering anyway. But now, so do I have a weird curve going on with this? That's the thing. Should I bevel this too? We're getting into some weird territory now. Potentially. And that didn't go all the way across. Of course. I think I should bevel it though. The only issue is this part. Like, that's not good. This might work. I just need to correct it afterwards. It's pretty close though. What do we have going on here now? Yeah, so maybe just force this to be that didn't do exactly. Actually, it kind of did what I thought it would. Let's see. I should have just beveled it all as one piece. That's what I did wrong. Can I go back that far? I might not be able to. I might be screwed now. I don't have a lot of undos on here. Nope. Oh, I gotta fix it some other way. It's too late for that. Alright, what's this actually doing? Can I just do this? Just do this for now. Oh, I see what's going on there. Yeah, this doesn't even need to be here. Yeah, and then this can go here. And then get rid of that, get rid of that, and that, and that, and that. Yeah, that's alright. It's not super pretty, but it'll do. Just adjust that teeny. Actually, no, because that'll make it uneven. If anything, it's a triangle, quad. These are all quads, so that's pretty good to just have one triangle. Is there an easy way to get rid of that though? I think there is. Can't I just do like a cut here and then kind of push this, if it'll go this, what? Do what I tell you to do. Damn vertex. Okay, there we go. Oh, right. Still a triangle. But, yeah, in order to make that not a triangle, I would have to loop it up there. There's another way to do this. I've done this before. I don't remember what it is, though. See, if I was good at this, I would know this. This is one of those things I'd just be able to do really easily. It's pretty close, though. And it's not too wonky, this little corner. For now, I'm going to leave that. I might come back to that, though. Oh, wait, is this flush? Yeah, it's flush. It just doesn't look like it because the... Oh, right there, though. Yeah. So maybe it needs a cut in the middle. And then we'll be able to turn that into a quad somehow. Might as well give it a shot. Let me see, where can I cut this? If I can cut this here. And then if I can... I have no idea what's going to happen when I do this. Nope. I don't know why it would go that way. It always does something weird when you try to Control J and join two vertices that are far apart. Look at this. You would expect it to just go up the middle, but it doesn't. It goes off to the side. Why would it do that? It's so weird. That's okay. That's why we have the knife tool. Let's do this. And then let's bring it all the way up there. And now I could probably turn those into quads if I think about it for a second. And also I can adjust this corner so it's not poking out like that and looking all gross. Let's just go little by little here. What did that do? What? What's going on? There we go. It's looking better already. A little bit better. D-Storm Crystal F says, hello, what's up? Not much, D-Storm Crystal F, just modeling some dudes from Megaman, the intro stage. It's gonna be my bad guy. I haven't taken a look at this rendered piece yet, so yeah. This is, what? Oh, I did it backwards. That's funny. I didn't even realize I was working at the back end of that. I'll have to flip that real quick. Good thing I checked. There we go. There we are. Okay, so this is what it's supposed to look like. Cool. That was a good catch. Good thing I caught that. It probably needs to be extended a little bit on the back too, but I'll deal with that later. But yeah, already made the spiky wheel dude, and this is my block in for this guy, but just working on this guy now, same as it was yesterday. Where was I? Oh yeah, the corner is on this little thing that is on the back now. Oh. Move this point in a little bit. Okay. Yeah, that's looking much better. I think that's fine. Now about turning these all into quads, let's see if that's doable here. I don't think it is. I think I'm gonna be stuck with, oh wait, yeah, because I can, yes, of course. That's how you do it. Delete that edge, oop, not delete, dissolve that edge, and ta-da, it's a quad. It doesn't look like a quad, but it's a quad. I'll prove it. 1, 2, 3, 4, it's a quad. So there you go, now it's all quads. Perfect-ish. It's not really perfect, but it's pretty good. Let's move that up there. Still looks weird. Does it move down? No, I think it just looks like that. In fact, it looks better without that top part there. Okay. Or does that work? No, it is better with the top part. Okay. Cool. Now, do I want to extend that? Because it does look a little like it should be more the other way. Right about there. Yeah, that seems good. Okay. And symmetrize. So I'm going to copy all that work I did on that side to this side so I don't have to redo it all. I didn't learn the symmetrize tool until I had been 3D modeling for like 6 months or something, maybe 8 months. And when I finally learned it, I was like, oh my god, I wasted so much time. Look at that, it just copies it all over perfectly. It's Beautiful. Now I only had to do one side, basically. D Storm Crystal F says, I love how that small face looks on such a big body. It's something very, very cute. Yeah, it's kind of a goobery looking enemy with those little legs and his big upper part too. And also, Crystal F says, I'm 100% sure that Garten of Banban's drone has more vertices than the 3 enemies put together. Garten of Banban, who's that? Garten of Banban's drone? I'm not sure. Is that a character from a Megaman game? Or is this something else? Oh, I have to move this down. Does that go all the way across? Yeah. I'll give this a little bevel. A little more than that. Yeah, that looks good. Is that it for that piece? Let me make sure. Oh no, there's also a little, let's see. So depending on which piece of art you're looking at, there's either an extrusion or an indent. I think I'm gonna do it as an indent. Let's see this. There's a little extrusion yellow piece and then some indents here. And if you look at some other art, there's kind of a similar thing going on. This one has kind of an indent, which is the opposite. I kind of like this, how that looks better. I might do an indent as opposed to something sticking out. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, that indent feels cleaner somehow. I like how that kind of feels. Be a little wider than that. Oops, get rid of those. Okay. So yeah, I could make that go probably all the way down to here. And then it's definitely got a little bit of a taper at the top. So I think I'm gonna handle that with a bevel after I always forget the word, insert. Is that what the I key does? So yeah, now let me see how much of a bevel I can get away with here. Like make it a full-on arch. I don't want it to be quite that much. Maybe like this, and then sharpen it a little. Whoa, why is that lagging so much? Yeah, just something like that. Just give it a little character. Maybe a little less sharp. Oops, what happened there? Oh, I know, what happened there? The goofy selector thing. Okay, and then let's do flatten that out a little bit. Oh wait, before I do that, let's add the material. This gold material. Not that, what is that? Where's the, is it this one? Oh yeah, it is this one. And then, oh wait, I didn't assign it. There we go. And then I will have to, oh shoot, I forgot. I should, well, can I just bevel it? Will that fix it? Or do I have to redo all that because I forgot to create a guide or a safety? Oh no, the bevel might work. If I can do it right. Does that flatten it? Oh no. Oh shoot, it's because of this. Didn't grab it. I'm feeling this isn't gonna work. No, because it's still off its center. Shoot, okay. So I gotta fix that real quick. I gotta redo all that. Yeah, so nope, even further back than that. Okay. I forgot to create a barrier there with an extra little thing. Okay, so now do that again. A little more than that. Oops. D-Storm Crystal F says about the level design, have you considered a part in the intro stage where you find out what to jump between the cars that huffle while destroying enemies that will try to destroy the cars? I'm not sure I follow. A part in the intro stage where you find out what to jump between the cars that huffle while destroying enemies that will try to destroy cars? You kind of lost me at huffle. I'm not sure what that means, but you mean like sort of figuring out the spacing of jumping between cars while enemies are trying to destroy the cars? That could be cool. I'm not sure if that's what you mean. Let me know. I don't know what the huffle is. Not sure if that's a typo or if that's something that I just don't know what it is. Okay, now let's create some of these little indentations on these panels on the side. Okay. I could probably just do I probably should have waited till after. It's okay, I'll match it. 1, 2, 3, 4, is that enough? I think so. D Storm Crystal says, "Hey dude, sorry if I don't write my words well. I don't really know how to speak much English, so I do what I can. So sorry, sometimes the heart blocks the end of the chat and I can't read it. It's so annoying in the YouTube view. Oh, I can look over here. Hey dude, sorry if I don't write my words well. I don't really know how to speak much English, so I do what I can. So I don't know what helpful means." Well, don't feel bad because I don't know what helpful means either. It's not your fault. I'm not sure that's the right word for the situation. But anything that could make it more dynamic, yeah, like, you know, if I can make the environment more interactable, that'd be cool. Jump between cars while destroying enemies that will try to destroy cars. Oh, I see what you're saying. Like enemies trying to crush the cars, like while you're jumping on them and stuff. Yeah, could do stuff like that. That'd be cool. Also, I want to have like those, you know, those enemies that are in the first stage that drop their spiky bottom part on the concrete and it breaks the road after a while and you can fall through and parts of the road will fall down. Yeah, I intend to have all that working too. So it could kind of go along with that, with them crushing cars and then crushing the road. That could be something, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I feel like that's a really integral part of that stage, those collapsible parts. So, oopsie, what happened there? Problem is that's the center. Oh no, but it lines up perfectly actually. Okay, cool. That'll work then. me get rid of these because these are already flat, as are those, but not that one. Okay, so do one more. There we go. Cool. Got those little details in. That's the kind of thing I should really be doing later in texturing, just with normal maps and stuff, but I'm still in the phase where I'm just modeling stuff like that, I guess. Or just, I guess I could just bake it to the lower subdivision model afterwards or something, but yeah, that's probably what I'll wind up doing to optimize later. D-Storm Crystal F asks, hey, have you seen a memory snippet from Megaman X3's PS1 opening where when X falls on X1's road, Zero catches him before falling? Well, wouldn't it be great if the game had cutscenes? Imagine the following. Yeah, actually, okay, so the memory snippet from Megaman X3's PS1 opening where X falls on X1's road, Zero catches it. I remember that opening, but I don't... Oh, Mega Man X3's PS1 opening? Wait a minute. You're blowing my mind right now. Was there a PS1 version of Mega Man X3? And it has an opening? Like an animated opening? Is that what you're telling me? I didn't even know that. Unless you're talking about 4 or 5 or 6 or something, because I've seen those openings. But I didn't even know Mega Man X3 had a PS1 version, did it? Or are you talking about one of those games? See, now I gotta look this up. That's crazy if that exists and I didn't know that. Hang on. Oh, it looks like there is a PlayStation version. That's crazy. No way. I never knew this existed. Hang on. I gotta watch this real quick. I don't think I can show it. I think my stream will get taken down, but I gotta watch it. There's an opening? I never knew there was a PS1 version of Mega Man X3. This is crazy. You've revealed something totally new to me. You guys gotta watch this. Google Mega Man X3 PS1 playthrough. There's an opening cutscene. Am I the only one who didn't know this? I might be. It might have just been something dumb that I missed. This is crazy. Oh my gosh. D-Storm Crystal, thank you so much. I never knew this animated intro existed. It's so cool. What? It is the road from the first. Wow, look at that old like 80s style or 90s style anime intro. That's great. Oh man, I'm so hyped to find this. Oh, Launch Octopus is in this intro? You guys gotta watch this. This is amazing. Wait. I'll show you a screenshot. I can't show the video, but I could take a still frame real quick. It's freaking Launch Octopus. And X is riding this thing. The Launch Octopus, the dragon seahorse thing. This thing. And there's like this animated intro I never knew existed. This is the coolest thing. Vile's in it. Okay, I'm not going to take up the whole stream watching that, but I'm definitely going to watch that after this stream. That's crazy. I never knew there was a PS1 version. Oh, sorry. To finish your, to answer your question, I didn't know that existed, so that's amazing. But the question, wouldn't it be great if the game had cutscenes? Yeah, I'm actually planning on it having cutscenes. I don't think I'm going to make them 2D animated, though. I think I'm going to use the 3D models, because it would be way too much work to do them 2D animated, and I'm not that great of a 2D animator. So, but yeah, thanks for mentioning that. I didn't know that existed. That's awesome. And then D-Storm Crystal F says, X at the time was a low-ranking hunter, so I probably would tell him something along the lines of just protecting the people in the area. Oh, I see what you're saying, yeah. Yeah, it could be interesting. And then when Vile shows up, if it makes more sense for Zero to get mad at X for disobeying confronting Vile. Zero does kind of have a scolding tone with him at the end, so that's basically what happens. Poor Vile, Dramalok says. Poor Vile. Oh yeah, I guess Zero whooped him pretty easily that first time. Yeah, I have to watch it. I haven't even heard the song. I couldn't play the audio. I'm definitely going to watch that later, though. Thank you for telling me about that. That's super cool. How could I have gone this long and never seen that? That's crazy to me. Because I look for stuff like that. I've like tried to find other... Because they did that one short animated thing a while ago. It was like a little mini episode. What'd they call it? Maverick Hunter X or something? I don't remember. But it was him, how Sigma went bad, basically. It was that storyline. It's really like modern, good-looking 2D animation. Or I guess it was modern at the time. It's probably not that modern anymore, but it still looks cool. Anyway, back to this. Yeah, that's awesome. I love finding stuff like that I didn't know about. There's an extra loop here making that sharp like that, or is it... No, it's just the way it is. Yeah. It's okay. Oh yeah, I gotta get rid of some of these in between parts because this is way too heavy now. This mesh, it doesn't need all these parts. Monotonous 3D work. Oh, I guess I should delete those parts too because it doesn't need them either. Just the edges. Yeah, because that's unnecessarily adding to the poly count. Way too much. Oops. Ooh, wait, does that connect over here? Is that deleting something that I need? Yeah, it looks like it is. This one. Just get rid of that one. The rest should be okay. Does this one need this? No. That's good. There we go, much better. Much lighter. Oh, wait. Ah, shoot. I can't get rid of those. I need that curve there. That was a mistake. Maybe these ones too. Oh, and then that means same thing over here. Keep the ones that are adding to the actual curve. Yeah, some of those are there for a reason. That's better. Okay, and then just gonna symmetrize that real quick. Oops, wrong button. There we go. Looking pretty good. Let's see how it looks in the render. There we go. It's coming along. Yeah, look, I feel like it looks better with those little details there too than the block out. Adds a little something. Okay, now I'm going to make this little undercarriage part, which over here I think I just kept it like a round ball. But I think in the actual, let me just turn on material preview. Yeah, I think in the art it's more of like a cylindrical shape with a little pull out on the sides, which is kind of interesting. Trying to think what's the best way to do that. I guess just start with a cylinder and then join the vertices across the flat top, something like that, and then you can pull it out on the sides and just cut it in half basically, and that'll probably do the trick. This guy's starting to look pretty good, pretty clean. The only thing is this eye opening is going to be a lot wider in this version, but it's more to like the specifications of the actual game, so it's more faithful, and that's good. Oh, D-Storm Crystal F says, hey, did you know that Vile's face is like a robotic skull similar to Wily's ships? Was revealed in a manga by MMX3. Wily's face is a robotic skull. Oh, like his actual face under the helmet? I've never seen that. That's interesting. You want to make a design more faithful to the original, don't you? D-Storm Crystal F says. Yeah, pretty much the goal is to keep it as much like the original while translating it into a 3D modern first-person shooter. So my goal is definitely, yeah, to keep it as much close to the original as I can. Basically only changing things that I need to change. Because it's already a great game. It's already a well-designed game. It's already super awesome. So I don't want to like fiddle with it too much. I just kind of want to keep it, just translate it to like a different sort of a genre, basically. Yeah. Spark TFS says looking good so far. Thanks, Spark. Good to see you on the stream again. D-Storm Crystal says yes, looking good. Too much. Too good, too much. Thank you. It's coming along. Alright, so I'm going to start on this part down here. Let me get this. Hang on. Let me join these. Did I get the right? Yeah. And then we'll just add it on the middle there. And it is pretty small, and here, let me just select these real quick. Even here, it only goes to about the middle of the ring of the round top part. And in the reference, it might be even smaller. There's no really good side views, but it looks pretty small. Like if you see it in most of these references, it's just this little cylindrical piece here. Here it's basically just a flat cylinder. Here it's a little rounded on the sides, which I think I'm going to go for this because it gives you a good articulation point for this hip to be here, and then the leg to be coming out at that angle. And that kind of looks like that's what's going on here too. Here it looks a little bit more like a ball. I think that's why I did it as a ball. Maybe I should do it as a ball still. I kind of like that better. This is like a needlessly complicated shape. It could just be a ball and you get that same effect. This looks more like a ball. It's got a little edge to it though, actually. Yeah, I'll do it like that. I'll do the cylinder version. It looks pretty cool. I'll just make it rounded like this one. Yeah, so that's the goal. What? Why is that not centered? Oh no, what happened? Wait. That's... what? How's that so far off? Oh, because that wasn't at the center. Oh, that was stupid. Okay. I thought the cursor was at the center. There we go. I thought the thing was off center. I was really worried. I was gonna have to go back and fix a bunch of stuff. RY90. And then in terms of how wide it actually is, it should be thinner than this piece, but not by too much. So maybe like this. It's a little too big. Yeah, it should be way smaller, I think. Maybe like... well, it can be wider and just shorter. I almost feel like it should be more forward. I'm not sure. No, I think it's good there. I don't know why I was thinking that. Okay. That looks about right. Maybe a little larger. Yeah, I think that's pretty solid. Okay, so now let me take a look at this for a second and join these vertexes to give me some geometry to work with. I should probably start with less though. Well, because how am I gonna... yeah, I should start with less. I know what I'm gonna do. Just start with one in the middle on each part, because then I can just start pull that out just this way. Maybe one more going across through it. If there's a center line there. Is that the center? Yeah. Something like that. Oh, I can't loop that? Why not? That's annoying. Let me think. Let me do that slightly differently. What? I can only go back that far. Okay, let's do this first. And then let's just use that actually, pull that out. The only thing is it won't meet neatly in the middle unless I cross them all. Yeah, let me just do that in the middle then. Okay. Now I can create a loop here and make that bigger. Slide it a little. That's kind of what I want. Let's see if I can make it cleaner if I just do a bevel here. Or, actually, yeah, that's kind of good. Let me see. If I apply scale, it'll probably look better. And I could move it out a little more. Yeah, pretty good. Probably doesn't need that many. Yeah, more like that. D-Storm Crystal F says, you know what I would recommend you on that model? That for the eyes you only use one texture. It would be better because the eyes are on that small screen and it would help minimally the performance. Yeah, it's a tiny little bit of it though, so the eyes really wouldn't hurt the performance that much, even if I made them like a plane and then affixed it to it or something. It would still only be like a couple, you know, maybe like a couple dozen extra vertices, so it wouldn't really matter too much. But yeah, texture could be good as well. That's another way to do it. Probably a lot of this detail could just be textures, like the little indents and stuff like that. They probably should be textures. That's probably the smarter way to do it. But I'm not too worried about performance just yet. I will optimize things as I need to. Optimization usually kind of happens at the end of the project more than at the beginning, with some exceptions. But yeah, it's definitely something to think about. But as long as everything runs on my computer, I think it'll pretty much run on anyone's computer. I have like a how old is my computer now? It's like, I think I got it in 2017 or 2018, so it's pretty old now. And it's only got like a 1060 whatever graphics card, 1060 something. I forget what it is. It's a NVIDIA 1060, I think. Yeah, so I don't have like some super crazy machine or anything, so as long as it runs on this, I think it should run on most people, or at least the average gamers. Oh, and then I've always wondered how developers made 3D models transparent, you know? Yeah, there's a couple different ways. You can just set it to be transparent. There are options in your texture settings for transparency. You can sort of also use alpha maps, like black and white maps, to show where you want certain pieces to be transparent. You can also use gray to use like different levels of gray for partial transparency, all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of different ways to do it. I need to do that for Megaman's head because I made a head for him finally, so it's going to get in the way of the camera, but I know how to do that. I knew how to do that in Blender always, but I never knew how to make that work in Unreal, so now I know how. So, but yeah, there's basically just settings for it. In fact, I could show you as far as Blender goes. Like, for example, like if you look at this blue texture, there's a setting right here called transmission, and if I turn the transmission all the way up, I gotta wait for it to load. It takes more samples. Oh, did it not do it? Oh, see, it's not that easy. Why didn't it do it? Oh, because my metallic. Yeah, I gotta turn the metallic down. But yeah, see, now it's turning into more of this, like, and then if I turn the roughness down, now it looks like glass, basically. You can see through it. My transmission settings aren't that good right now, so you can't see through it that much, but like if I put the light behind it, yeah. So you can see right through it now. So I basically just, with two little slides of a slider, turned it into glass. You just gotta know that like glass is, there's one other thing I could do to make it look more like glass, which is if I change the, where's the IOR to 1.3. And then that's glass basically. Or is 1.3 water or glass? I forget. I don't know. Who cares? It's close enough. But yeah, so that's basically, and now that's all that texture, because that texture is applied multiple places. It looks pretty cool too. It looks like a like if you bought a Megaman toy that was like a special edition, it'd just have like clear plastic parts, or like the clear plastic Game Boys or something. But yeah, so it's not that hard. You just gotta know like what glass looks like and what the settings are, and you can just change it. And then you can make it like full-on transparent as well, which is, maybe that's more like what you were talking about rather than just like glass. And that's with your alpha setting. You can just make it slowly become invisible. See, now it's like about 50%. And then you can slide it down more and it'll become less visible. It's pretty cool. I actually kind of like that. It looks strange. And then you could do it all the way, and that texture, anything that has that texture now is just totally transparent. And that's your alpha setting. Yeah, 3D programs are super fun for stuff like that. Looks weird, but yet very beautiful. Yeah, it's cool. I imagine X defeating enemies, just drinking them like water. I bet you could make a game centered around something like that. That kind of reminds me of Splatoon. That's not what Splatoon is, but it kind of reminds me of Splatoon or something. It's kind of funny. Let's see. It's a pretty good angle right now, but I think if I pull it out more, it'll probably be better. This is the proportional edit tool, which I really like in Blender. If you've never used this before, you can make the circle larger and it'll grab more of the vertexes, and you can just do all kinds of like organic shapes with it. It's pretty cool. You can just kind of move it around. So I'm going to use that right now to stretch this out a little bit. That's kind of what I want, but I want to get rid of this now. I want to make this flush. So let me grab like this one. Yeah, and then this part's bugging me. It's not quite round enough. So I'm going to add another thing there. expand that. That's sort of rounder than I wanted it to be, but I'll compensate by shrinking it a bit. Yeah, that's pretty good. And then it does have, actually it does have kind of an edge there, so I probably could have kept it like that, but I'll just do it now. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Oh, why is it doing that? Shouldn't that fix it? This extra edge I put here? Or do I need to actually slide this one down? Maybe that's why. But then I need to... No, that doesn't make sense. Oh, there we go. That's just too low. Well, it's got to be a little lower. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, oops, I forgot to apply scale and rotation. And then I can symmetrize. There we go. And then that's just all gonna be blue. Oh no, it depends which picture you look at. Some of them have the middle part of silver. In the game it has the middle part of silver, so I might do that. I think it looks cooler too. Okay, so real quick, I can delete this middle part. And then come on now. Grab what I want. There we go. Okay. Oh wait, that's gonna select the bottom too. Shoot. I have to deselect it real quick. Oh, it didn't. Wait, why didn't it? Oh no, because it goes across. Yeah, that makes sense. So since this is all hidden, I'm just gonna delete all this extra stuff. Oh wait, I didn't get this edge right. There we go. And so now I just have this piece like this. Extrude that up slightly. That's better. Cool. So I'll attach that too. Little render preview. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. It does have some little dots in the middle, so I'll add that in there at some point, but yeah, it's looking pretty good. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and I'll continue through and make the leg, because I only need to make one and then I can flip it to the other side. So yeah, I think I have time. I'll do that real quick before I end the stream. So I'll just make the legs real quick. And actually the way I'm gonna do this, because generally I like how these legs came out. They're a little different than here. These are rounder, they have a little more form to them. They're more like Megaman's legs, actually. I kind of like how they look kind of weird and flat like this. I thought it was a cool choice. I think, I don't know, I can't decide if I should make them round or keep them in this weird sort of style that I made them. If I look at the model, the round would probably fit more with the model, because they're a little bit very contrasted to all the other round forms. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but there's no reason to really have so much contrast on the legs. It's not like crazy or anything, but the roundness would probably suit it better. I'll probably go for round. D Storm Crystal F says, "Oh friend, in my country it's 2 a.m. Oh geez, and in a few hours at 8 I should go to training. But I'm having a lot of fun watching your direct." Geez, that's crazy. What country are you in that it's 2 a.m. right now? That's like, what is that, 9, 10, 11, 12? It's like 5 hours ahead of me. Oh, that's not that crazy. Wait, yeah, that's like, I think New York is like 5 hours ahead. Are you somewhere around that part of the, what is that, the vertical thing? Not the equator. I don't know what the vertical one is called. I'm terrible at geography. That's crazy. What training do you have in the morning? Is it like school or is it like training for something? That sounds rough. Yeah, I definitely, it's hard to work on not a lot of sleep. I did a lot of that in college, but it catches up to you. Definitely. Okay, I think for starters, I'm just going to Okay, so starting from the middle, that should be in the middle. Let's do a cylinder and just make that hip part first. Actually, what's my geometry look like here? Can I? No, I can't do that. That wouldn't work. I was gonna say I can pull it off of that geometry so it's at the right angle already, but I don't think that's gonna fly. Unfortunately, that geometry didn't work for it. D Storm Crystal F says, haha, you just getting more reasons to stay, dude. I'm glad you like the stream. But yeah, if you should get sleep, you should get sleep though. But I guess he'll do more live shows, so I'll be there. Buddy, good night, and I'll see you later. Yeah, for sure. Get your rest. I'll stream tomorrow night at around the same time. Start around 7:30. I'm planning. So, or 7:30 my time, I guess would be like 12 o'clock your time, something like that. So still kind of late, but yeah, I'll definitely do more streams. don't put yourself out, for sure. And this is recorded too. You can watch it later if you want. I always post them on my channel. I'm gonna make the leg a little bit thicker than I did, or at least the upper leg on the other model. Maybe not that much. Something like that. Okay, pretty good. And then let me branch off real quick from this. I can, here, let me shade this smooth so I see what it looks like. I think it's fine. Yeah, the flat looks, well, you're not gonna see that anyway. But it, oh yeah, it is gonna have a ball joint at the end too, so that's fine. Oh no, how many? That's probably too many. Oh, what? Oh, I probably have the end selected too, yeah. Okay. That's better, okay. Oh. What? Oh, it was uneven. What? Is it because it's an uneven number or what? Shoot. I did check or deselect, so it should have picked an even number. No, it is an even number, so it should just deselect half. Oh, because I still had the end selected, that's why. Now it should be even. Yeah, that looks even. Okay. Dissolve edges. That looks better. Yeah, didn't need all those vertices. And then what does this connector look like? I think in some of these it's sort of like a ball joint actually. I was gonna make it a ring. Yeah, in this one it's a ring. You know what, the ball joint makes more sense though. Maybe I should make it a ball joint. Say Productions says, I watched the demo you posted 11 months ago. Looks like a fun concept. Thank you, Say Productions. Glad you thought it looks fun. Yeah, I'm still working on it. I remember when I initially posted it, it didn't get that much traction, and so I just kind of shelved it. I worked on other stuff, but since it's kind of blown up in recent months, I decided I'd get back to working on it. So you'll see regular updates from now on if you're following along, if you're interested in that. Yeah, I don't know. I think a ball joint would definitely make more sense here. This will probably be okay though. No, actually, I want it to be a ball joint, I think. What did I do over here? That's just janky. For the block in, yeah, I kept it pretty janky. I think it was sort of meant to look like a bit like a ball, or maybe like a combination. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make it a ball. Oh wait, let me... Oh shoot. How many connections is this? It's probably... $16. Okay. Segments, which part is segments and which part is rings? I think rings are the horizontal ones. Yeah. So let me do 8 rings. So I can do 16 segments. And that'll line up in theory, if I counted correctly. Which is pretty unlikely. But we'll see. Not that it needs to. I mean, it doesn't, you know, doesn't have to be perfect. But it would be nice if it, you know, kind of lined up. That'd be good. Oh, the ball joint looks like a ring because it's recessed. So that actually works really well, yeah. It's good. Yeah, that makes sense. Right about there. Yep, that lines up. Cool. Looking good. So for this one, let me make it gold. And this one, let me make it silver. And let me go in there and create a ring right there. Yep. And let me move it down slightly. It's fine. And then let me remove that extra part. And then we'll go with this. We'll join those so the ball joint is the pivot point. And smooth them both so they don't look weird. And then we'll just combine these 2 edge loops. And voila. And I will probably recess that to create a nice differentiation there. Ooh, that might be cool to have it flare out. Oh, I kind of like that. Let me make this wider. Yeah, that's kind of a nice way to have that just look like a connecting point, I guess. Here, let's create a safety though real quick, and then extrude it. And then we'll make those gold so that they move with the hip, or so that they look like they're part of the hip. Yeah, it's kind of neat. I don't hate that. Then again, it kind of looks like those things on the ends of a staircase, like with the weird little. I'm probably not gonna like that later. I'll get rid of that. I'll just leave it as a. Little indent there. Creates a separation. Yeah, it's cleaner. It's better. Say Production says, cool, I also thought that there can be one interesting stage you can make where your goal is to race at the top while having bullets with crowd control effects, slow stun, knockback to help hinder. Kind of like a race mode. That could be interesting, sure. Time attack even, something like that. Could be cool. Yeah. I have some ideas for extra little things like that I could do once the project's done. Someone was mentioning the other day it would be cool if you could play as Zero. And since I'm going to make the Zero model anyway, and Zero mostly moves like X does, that'd be pretty doable, I think. So I'm thinking about stuff like that for sure. This guy doesn't need that great of a range of motion. And since it's a ball joint, it should be kind of physically, more than half of it should be in there, because that's how it holds. So I'm just thinking about it from kind of a mechanical point of view. And then it creates that little ring, which is what I wanted to do anyway, so that's kind of perfect. And then this rotates like this. I see it would stop at the end there. Yeah. Maybe right there. So he can't crouch too much. He does crouch when he shoots his thingies though. I could fix that pretty easily though if I just like move it a little bit. Give it a little bit more room there. Oops. Now it can go almost 90 degrees. It's still not that much of a change because the angle's basically the same there. Let me see. Oh, if I made it lower, would that make it better? Can't think right now. No, that would make it worse. Yeah, that's less. I was on the right track. Maybe just less though. Maybe just like a little bit. Like right there. Yeah, that's like 90 degrees now. That's beyond 90 degrees, so that's plenty. And then you can go down this way. Pretty good. And as far as this goes, yeah, right about there. That's probably good, because he's going to have that wide kind of funny walk then anyway. These guys didn't actually move around in the game either, come to think of it. They just stood there. They'll probably move in this game though. I can't imagine them just standing there. That probably wouldn't work that well, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, this is at least functional. Oh wait, did I move it back? Didn't want to go back that far. Just wanted to undo the rotation. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to apply location and apply. Oh, no. When I do that, it changes the. That's what kept happening before. It changes the origin point when you adjust the location. That's so weird. I don't know why it does that. Okay, so I'll fix that. Okay, so object apply location. And then just set origin to 3D cursor. Okay. And then object apply scale. Wait. No, it has to be scale and rotation. Because otherwise, if I Alt R, it'll just go down. Yeah, that's okay. Oh, but real quick. Yeah, let me do this first. Because the bottom's going to be a ball joint too, so I could just duplicate it. Let's do this real quick. Set origin to center of mass volume. Maybe surface is better. Nope. It might make it kind of short, but I can adjust it. And then A, and then symmetrize by Z. Yeah, so it made it a little too short, but that's okay. I can fix that. Don't want that. No. Where's my faces? There we go. Oh, that's much lower. Oh, it's because I made it thicker, so it probably should be shorter, huh? Even that's a little bit lower, but that's okay. I feel like it should be a little bit longer than that, so maybe I'll just make him slightly taller. That'll work. Okay. I can always make this starting rotation different as well. Set the origin back to 3D cursor, rotate that out, and that'll fix all those problems. So he'll just stand like this. That's kind of how he stands anyway in the reference. It's pretty out there, so it's not too bad. Maybe slightly less. Yeah. He'll be a little taller anyway. Okay, now what was I doing? What's that looking like, by the way? Yeah, pretty good. So I'll make that lower leg real quick. Sunamix says, out of all the basic enemies in Mega Man X, which one would you be most excited to model in 3D? Out of all of them in the whole game? Or just the intro stage? In the whole game, I have to think about the enemies, of all the basic enemies. If those mech guys count as basic, probably those guys, because the mech is so cool. And they're kind of an interesting shape as well. Maybe them, or maybe... It's a good question. There's a lot of cool enemies. Those half-broken robots from Flame Mammoth stage, they're pretty humanoid, but I think those are cool looking. Also those, I don't know how to, they have like the mace ball on a chain and they swing it at you and they have a shield. Those are kind of cool looking too. Yeah, all those guys are pretty cool. I tend to like the humanoid ones, I guess. Yeah, those are all cool ones, I think. If I had to pick just one, oh no, you know which basic enemy I would choose? If this counts as a basic enemy, those big turtle guys, those are cool. I like those a lot. Those things are awesome. Like there's a bunch of them in Launch Octopus's stage, I think. Yeah, those turtles are sick. I like how they look. Do you have a favorite basic enemy? Tsunamix? Let me know. Yeah, the ocean stage is sick. There's a lot of cool enemies. Even that dragon thing that you fight as the mini boss. That underwater dragon thing. That thing's freaking cool. And that would be easy to model too, because you basically just have to model the head and the tail and then one piece of the body. And you duplicate it over and over again, because that's what he is. So that would be pretty fun to model. Yeah, too bad I'm not doing that stage. Maybe I'll model him just for fun. It might be fun. Because yeah, it's basically just 3 parts and then you have this giant thing. It's pretty cool. Alright, let me think. How am I going to approach this foot if I'm going to make it rounder? This is just a cone that I finagled kind of into a basic shape. I could do kind of a similar thing and make it round. That's not what I did for X's leg though. I did kind of an unusual process for X's leg, and this thing looks a lot like X's leg, so maybe I'll do that process again. I might try it. That process is basically, it's kind of strange, but it came out really cool looking. Maybe I could open that model real quick and show what I'm talking about. It might be cool. Let me see if I can find it fast. I should be able to. I just worked on that not that long ago. Unreal 4 Megaman. Yeah, I found it. Oh, it's laggy. I shouldn't have tried to open 2 blenders. Let me make sure I save the other one so I don't lose anything if it crashes. Okay, so here's the Mega Man model. And if I turn on the render real quick so you guys take a look at it. Yeah, so this is my Mega Man model that I made. I got his head and his face done for people who haven't seen it yet. I think I showed that in an update. Yeah, I showed that in the update stream. So he's all slick and finished and everything. I just need to bake his textures again. But so like what I'm talking about is with these legs, with the leg parts, the geometry is really odd, and this folds over. It's not like a loop like it normally would be, because what I did was I just took and I did this for a lot of the pieces too because he has such organic shapes. I just took a what do you call it, a quad sphere, and I just stretched it to the right shape, and eventually I smoothed it out with enough modifiers and stuff so that it didn't look all wonky, and I just kind of made it look like this just by stretching it. And you can see like this is just a quad sphere wrapping up inside of itself. You can see that there. It's just one big quad sphere, and then I just added the little ridges and different stuff to it. But yeah, so this turned out so well for that piece, and since this piece is pretty similar, I think I might do that with this. I think that might be cool. So I'm gonna try to do that. Again, it's been a while. And then the foot is just a separate part. I'm gonna have to think about my reference pretty closely here though. Yeah, so this one's much stubbier, so it'll probably be easier even. Actually, let me get that ground plane too, because if I don't, it's going to drive me crazy. I'm not going to be able to grab anything. Okay. Okay, so if I wanted to make it just symmetrical, which I think would work fine for this one. Actually, no, I'll make it weighted to the outside a little bit because of the angle. That'll make sense. Or weighted smooth to the outside and weighted to the inside. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab this, and then I'm going to start using this proportional tool and just start grabbing that out. And then I'm going to take this up here and pull that in a little bit. Then I'm going to take this cross section, I'm going to pull that up. I'm going to take this one, shrink it and pull it up more. Repeat that a couple times. And see, it's already starting to kind of look like that shape. So a couple things though. One thing is that I know it's forward and backward, it's kind of up more and then it slants back more. So it's kind of already doing that, but it's going to be like way more. Or maybe not way more, but like a little bit more. And then I can pull this whole loop. And that's already, oop, my mistake. Oh, did I lose the music? What happened? It just paused the video. At 35. Why did it just pause the video? Oh, because it skipped to Zelda and Chill 2. Oh, I haven't been streaming for that long though. Why did it skip to a new video? I don't know, that's weird. Oh, I have. It's been 2 hours already. Shoot, I didn't even realize. Okay. Anyway. Oh, Sunamix says, after really thinking about it, I guess my favorite basic enemy is the roaming karmic guy on the intro stage. The one where you can ride the chassis after you blow off the top half. Yeah, those are cool. I wish they appeared on more stages. Yeah. Yeah, those are sick. Those are really cool. Yeah, that's true. They really only appear in that stage. I don't think they're in any other stage that I remember. Yeah, it's cool how you can interact with them afterwards, after you break them. Yeah, I think that's gonna work once I smooth it out and add more geometry. It's looking pretty close. Now the only thing is, let me see if I can, I forgot how to do this, S and then 0? No, that's not it. SZ0? Yeah, that's what it is, but I don't need this. Yeah. Okay, so now I can curve it how I want to curve it. And in this case, I'm wondering if I might just delete all of this extra now, and then I'll just make a new bottom after. Yeah, that'll probably be the way to do it. Okay. So if I'm looking at this thing, it definitely curves down more on the sides, and it's got that round thing, and then pulls down on the back, obviously. So what I'm gonna do is let's just grab the middle one, and then grab all the way to like here. Much better. Starting to look pretty good. Get rid of that. And then these ones slide down a little bit. Oh, and yeah, I don't think I mentioned the whole point of using a quad sphere to do this instead of just like sculpting it is because using a quad sphere will give you perfect topology afterwards. It's all quads, so you don't even have to think about remeshing or anything. So it's fun to sculpt things out of quad spheres for that reason. That was kind of the point. I don't know if I mentioned that part. That's the important part of like why you would do this in the first place. But yeah. So that's pretty close. I want it to be a little bit more pulled out on this side. So let me maybe like, yeah, let me just do it from the bottom too. Yeah, there we go. And I'm gonna round this side out a little bit. Yeah, it's looking pretty decent. Yeah. Okay. Now we grab this, extrude, and then just shrink it based on the center point, which actually, let me change that. Yeah, so now it's probably more accurate. Extrude again. Actually, it probably shouldn't be that thick. Maybe just like this. Extrude up. Shrink, extrude up, shrink, and repeat. And then one thing I gotta do is clean up this edge because I'm actually gonna use it. It's important that this one's cleaned up. It's gonna define everything else. Not bad. This part's bad, but it'll look better once I adjust it. So now I'm gonna, let's see, these could be a little bit better. Oh, that part's gonna be hidden anyway though, so it doesn't matter that much. Okay, so now take this and I'm going to, first I'm going to assign the regular texture, then I'm going to assign the new texture, assign it to this, extrude faces along normals, oops, alrighty then. So now I'm going to add some modifiers, a subdivision surface, which might mess it up. Let me see. Oh no, it doesn't. It works pretty well. Okay. So that's going to kind of fix a lot of that weirdness in there. And it's already looking pretty good, but I am going to add one smoothing modifier and maybe touch it up just a tad before I do that so it doesn't look a bit lumpy. So I'm going to go into actually sculpting real quick. I'm just going to grab this and push it in, just kind of make this look a little neater. That's pretty good. Doesn't need too much adjustment actually. And then add quickly a smooth modifier. And then quickly just smooth this out a little extra. No, yeah, this is inevitably going to be slightly off because of the way that I did this. Oh no, actually I know why. It's because I need to, hang on. If I apply this first and then apply this one, then I can smooth it and it'll look good. Cool, not too shabby. Alrighty, so let's see how this is going to look here. It might be too big, might have to adjust the size a little bit, but let's pull this guy up a little. Oops. Oops. Yeah, so it'll fit pretty nicely there. But see, that's the problem that I had before, where there's going to be a lot of clipping when he actually bends his leg up. It's okay, it's not that big a deal. But to counteract that, when I animate it, I'll probably make him rotate his foot out a little bit. Yeah, that works. Yeah, and then his foot will adjust for that as well. So yeah, that's how I model those legs with a quad sphere, and see, it's already perfect topology. I don't need to do anything with it. It just works. The only thing is, if you're texturing, maybe this wouldn't be preferable for some types of texturing, just because this area is going to be a little strange. Whereas if you just had like a conventional ridge here where the topology was kind of meeting it, that's the only weird part. Everything else is pretty much good. Like, it's pretty much how you would want it to be. But yeah, just because of the nature of the shape, it wasn't a problem for me, but just depending on how you texture it, that could be a little troublesome. Okay, so I'm gonna lower him back down. I think, oops, let me grab those. So I think his foot will only raise him up a little bit more off the ground. So in fact, let me just, because the leg's a little too big right now anyway. Actually, it's about, it's pretty close, but yeah, let's make it a little smaller. Oh, but you know what? I want to make the origin in here. Because that'll give him the articulation that he's supposed to have. Okay. And then let's just shrink that down a little bit. Maybe not even that much. Yeah, something like that. And I hate to leave it here. I was going to finish the foot too, but it's kind of taken a while, so I think I'm going to call the stream now. I've been on for 2.5 hours, so I'm going to start getting off the stream. If there's any more questions in the chat, feel free to ask now. I'll stay on for a minute or two. Just looking at this thing. It's looking pretty good so far. I'm happy with how it's coming along. I think it is an improvement over the block-in. Still got more to do on it a little bit, but yeah, it's pretty solid. I'm digging it. It's a little more true to what's in the game as well. Nixman says, great stuff, man. Thank you, Nixman. Yeah, so tomorrow night I'll make the other foot, or the foot rather, and then I'll duplicate everything and put it over to the other side. I might do the eyes for the texture and all that stuff. We'll see. But yeah, I'll be back on tomorrow around 7:30, probably again. I mean, I'll definitely be on again, but probably around 7:30. We'll see about the time. And thanks for hanging out. Super fun as always. Glad people enjoy watching some of the process. It's fun to record and talk and answer questions, so tune in again, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.